Arch Rivals Football, in collaboration with the Playmakers blog, presents Bearing Down the Gridiron, sponsored by NFLShop.com, Fanatics, and Points.com. Here are your hosts for the show, Alex, the Bear Man Al-Kazzaz, and Darnell, the Playmaker Sallins. Executively produced by Ricky, a.k.a. the Master of Mayhem, Litwinkowich. Kickoff starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bear Down the Gridiron. I am your host, Darnell, the Playmaker. Sounds out here in the stormy, soon-to-be Jacksonville, Florida. For those of you who are in the same city that I am, out here by the beach, hope everything y'all safe right now and get prepared for this. What's supposed to be a tropical storm coming our way. But as of right now, I am here. I'm ready to rock and roll, to talk some college football because we got a lot of stuff to get into. But I'm not alone because in the great state of Texas, where the big spotlight is on once we get to our campus tour, my man who has a very interesting thing that has to decide on when we get to that moment in time. Out there in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area, Mr. Bear Man himself, Al-Kazzaz.
Well, we go off the gubernatorial race for me in Texas, and now we are at TCU and UT, and we'll get to that in a little bit.
So this is where we are at today, ladies and gentlemen. I looked at the news and notes for, because we do a 2-minute drill first, and I'm looking at this stuff. There really ain't much to go off of when it comes to news for college football right now.
Right, I know. I was going to say, I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, but you know what? I mean,
There's really much to go off, so we're just going ahead and jump right into our first thing that we do, which is the Gridiron Roundup. And with the Gridiron Roundup, let's jump right into it. On last Friday, we had a Pac-12 showdown between 23rd ranked Oregon State. They was in the Pacific Northwest to take on Washington, a very highly contested game. Washington pulls off the upset 24-21.
I called that, didn't I?
Did you call that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did because it was home. Because Washington was at home, and Washington's record kind of told a story, but I mean, I know I called the next one. I know I called TCU over Texas Tech, but this game kind of it did actually go the way you predicted. You called this a trap game, and TCU not only sprang that trap, they escaped it.
Keep playing with fire, TCU. I'm gonna keep playing with fire if you want to. Y'all gonna get burnt on these. Win these games, y'all gonna get burnt. Keep playing with fire.
And the way you're saying it, you really believe it's almost as if you have the full confidence in Texas that they're gonna be the one to do it. That they're the ones who are gonna make TCU play to teach them a lesson, like how mommy and daddy probably. Well, I don't know about you. I mean, I know that I got punished. I got a serious parenting lesson from playing with fire. I'll be honest. Yeah, I did. But yeah. You just have a feeling that UT is going to teach TCU a lesson of what happens when you play with fire.
I ain't say that, but before we get to our campus tour, there's something I want y'all to look at, and I will explain why I feel the way I feel about TCU. Bearman will understand, even though he might not like it. He will understand and he have to admit I am telling the truth. But for right now, Matt Duggan, 12 for 23, 195, 2 touchdowns, which is not a very good game with him compared to what he's been doing all season. That's terrible. Bud Miller, 21 carries, 158 and a touchdown. So, gotta love it. Memphis, Tennessee. The Memphis Tigers was hosting 25th ranked UCF Knights. And I'm happy to sit here and say that the Knights did not get trapped in Memphis. 35-28. I knew it was going to be a game. but they did not get trapped.
You know, you mentioned the whole thing with TCU. I mean, Texas Tech, 2 quarterbacks, both threw for less than 100 yards.
This is terrible. And y'all in the Big 12. Ridiculous.
Yeah, and, you know, Max Duggan, 12 for 23, 195 yards and 2 touchdowns for TCU. But it was Kendre Miller for TCU that really kind of told the story because he ran for 158 yards on 21 carries.
So I like the fact that your Horned Frogs won, my Knights won, so we can call it a clean slate. Correct.
And well, in my alma mater, the University of North Texas, they won as well.
And Florida.
Yeah, so it was a good week for both of us.
It's a very good Saturday.
And I'm grateful to God.
Lawrence, Kansas.
Oh boy.
The Kansas Jayhawks hosted 18th ranked Oklahoma State. And the trouble with this continues for Mike Gundy and the Cowboys because they got smoked 37-16.
What was the look on your face when you saw that? Well, did you follow this game, or did you like kind of look at the score later? Like, how did it go for you?
Honestly, I didn't even look at the scores. I didn't even look at the scores until yesterday. I was preparing for all this.
So you didn't see the score until the game was over. Is that it?
I wasn't paying attention to nothing. Remember,
okay.
I closed this weekend, so I ain't look at no scores like that.
Mm.
But just for the hell of it, I want to look at some stats because I want to see how.
Yeah, I've actually got them here. I've actually got the stats right here.
What do we have here?
Well, let me start off by saying the score at halftime, Kansas had a 24-7 lead.
Jesus Christ.
Now, Oklahoma State's quarterback, Garrett Rangel, 27 for 40, 304 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a hat trick of interceptions.
Well, he ain't even a starter, so that would be Sanders. So I'm pretty sure he's injured.
Well,
so.
He's not the starter, but you know what? For this dude, I mean, still the numbers, you know, they're not so bad not so bad. I mean, the 3 interceptions, yeah, but you know what? A little over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 27 for 40. That's respectable, honestly.
This dude, Neil, went for 224 yards.
Oh yeah. On 32 carries. That's an average of 7 yards. Now, the quarterback, Jason Bean, had 4 carries for 93 yards. That's pretty
And
cool.
Neil has his catch for 110 yards. Good gracious.
I mean, Devin Neal, I mean, look at that. The 6. Oh, there you go for this dude. This is a story to tell the kids and the grandkids one day. I mean, this is going to go down in the dude's family.
This dude combined for 38 touches for 334 yards and a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
That is freaking ridiculous.
Freaking ridiculous.
Oh, my.
And speaking of Oklahoma State, I mean, let's take a look. Okay, 2 back-to-back humiliating losses after they came back and beat UT.
In which you called out one.
Yeah, UT lost to this Oklahoma State team.
You called that one. Now that one I give you. You called that one.
I called Kansas winning?
No, you call Oklahoma State beating Texas.
Oh yeah, I did. And you know what? And speaking of calling, I mean, you had Oklahoma State winning the Big 12.
You had Oklahoma, so.
Yeah, I know. But at the end of the day,
so we both wrong regardless.
At the end of the day, well. I mean, for you, your pick was logical, but they just had to let you down.
Yeah, until they ran to be at them TCU and then Kansas State.
Well, TCU still has to deal with Kansas State for now, but
eyes were on Athens, Georgia, between the hedges as number 1. The first.
Oh, Arkansas lost. I didn't know. Oh, I did not know that.
Oh,
God damn.
But all eyes was on number 1 Tennessee, who came in the college football playoff rankings number 1. Who they had to go against the reigning defending national champions, who came in at number 3. Neither ESPN, neither Vegas, neither Bearman, neither myself did not pick Tennessee. We all picked Georgia. Georgia 27, Tennessee 13, and guess what? The score doesn't indicate how bad Tennessee got their ass whooped.
Yeah, no doubt.
Did you get it? I didn't get a chance to watch the game because I had to work. Did you get a chance to watch the game because they got their ass whooped?
I actually watched part of it. I mean, but I had to miss most of it because I was in an indie show and I was actually helping out, getting the show ready, which I'm proud of. I'm grateful to God for that opportunity.
Was it really that bad for Tennessee? The part that you did see, was it really that bad?
Well, weren't they down at one point 27-6?
27-6. Yeah.
I think they were. Well, they might have been.
No, they were. I'm looking at it. Third quarter. Georgia kicked the field goal to make it 27-6. Jeez. Hayden Hooker, 23-33, 195, and a pick. Stetson Bennett, 17 for 25, 257, 2 touchdowns.
And Georgia's back to being number 1, and Tennessee drops to number 5.
Oh, say it again, Birdman, when you saw this. Oh, boy.
21-19, Arkansas losing to Liberty. Is Liberty like the Cincinnati Bearcats team that we saw last year?
Ooh, so Fayetteville. How y'all feeling right about now?
That's a couple of good people that I went to school with. I went to high school and one of my friends from college who was at Arkansas before he transferred to UNT. Yeah, I know a couple of people that are Arkansas fans, and I know they're not happy.
Y'all committed the ultimate SEC sin. You let an independent team walk in your house and beat you. And they led the whole entire game from start to finish. They jumped out to a 21-0 lead.
Oh, wow.
KJ Jefferson, 23 for 37, 284, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. There's some heads that need to be rolled in Arkansas. You do not lose to an independent team who has never been at this level before, and you get beat at home. Now, if he was on the road, that's different. You are home. The ultimate sin was committed by Arkansas. Some heads need to roll, and Bearman would attest to you that I am a big fan of the SEC, and stuff like this pisses me off. Some heads need to roll in Arkansas. This is unacceptable. Very unacceptable. And speaking of being surprised, there is one game me and Bearman both got wrong here.
Well, at one point there was signs that we were going to get it right after all. So because Texas was on their way to blowing another 21-point lead.
But what does that final score say, though?
34-27. Mm-hmm. Especially because Texas had a 31-10 lead at halftime. So they were outscored 17-3 in the second half.
And yet, who has the 34?
Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but still. The fact that Texas had a 31-10
lead. Still. They went to Manhattan, Kansas, and upset at 13th-ranked Kansas State.
Yeah, the same team that destroyed Oklahoma State 48-0. Is that what you're saying? I mean, I got to remember this. The team they beat the Kansas State team that obliterated Oklahoma State. Is that what's happening here?
No, remember you need to apologize to Texas because they actually won it.
Okay, all right. I'll tell you what. I apologize for this one. If they manage to get it done this week, then I'll really have to take responsibility.
If they get it done this week, you're buried. You know that, right?
I'm buried.
You're buried.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be buried by the Undertaker because he's a diehard Longhorn fan. So yeah,
you're buried.
Do I get tombstone first and then buried?
No, you're just gonna get buried because if they pull this off this week and it's a home game for them, not only you're done, but the Big 12's done too. Just know that. That's how big this game is.
So if Texas beats TCU, then does Texas have a chance of winning the Big 12?
Yes.
Okay. But here we are. LSU and Alabama. You know what? Sometimes I just wish I could have been right there with you, enjoying a nice cold drink, watching this game with you, because I can only imagine the reaction had we witnessed this.
I had to work, but I kept my phone in hand. And props to Brian freaking Kelly. He said, "No, I am not kicking the extra point.
I'm going for the win."
He said, "Damn it, I'm either winning it here or I'm losing it. But damn it, I ain't giving that damn coach another opportunity."
I mean, talk about a judgment call.
LSU 32, Alabama 31 in overtime. Tigers knock out the Tide. And guess what? Alabama has to hope and pray that somebody like let me think. Who do y'all play next? Let me see. Arkansas, really? After what we just saw, what happened? UAB, or Texas A&M to knock off LSU for them to have a chance to get back get back to Atlanta.
We need Mississippi to pull it off.
But oh boy, LSU that has done the country a favor because everybody's happy. Alabama lost their second game. That means we don't have to see them in the playoffs.
Not for now, at least. Well, you think that's it? Like it's for good?
We'll see when we get to the rankings because I do have those on hand. But continue on. Wow.
Wow.
This game right here is the difference between what happened with my picks. This game right here. Because Clemson walked into South Bend and got mollywopped by the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
I only wish Bernard was here.
Like legit mollywop. What the hell happened, Clemson? Dabo. You're telling me Notre Dame is 21 points better than Yale. Is that what you're telling me?
Apparently so.
DJ Uiagalelei, 27 for 39, 191, one touchdown, one pick. Will Shipley, 12 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown. Notre Dame stats ain't even all that. How did they whoop y'all ass, though? Let's see. Block punt return for a touchdown. Notre Dame 7, Clemson 0. Payne 5-yard touchdown run. 14-0. 2 Instinct 2-yard touchdown run. 21-0. Benjamin Morrison 97-yard interception return. 28-0. They scored 28 points before Clemson put 7 on the board.
21
Special teams.
The fourth quarter, man. Total of 35 points.
I wish I had some sound bites for this. You know what, I do this because ACC, guess what? You're out. Notre Dame has kicked y'all out the playoffs. How does that feel for the ACC? They won only hope. Took an ass whooping in South Bend. An ass whooping. By the team who's associated with the ACC and every other sport but football. Did the stepchild just put the death knell to the father? He's just shaking his head down. He's just shaking.
I'm just like, because as I was looking, this wrestling fan that I always hang out with at the Pele Pro shows. I mean, he was looking at the score, and when I saw him like this, yeah, that's the whole thing on my mind right now because he couldn't believe what he was seeing. And that's when I look at my phone. I'm like, with what LSU did, I'm like, Jesus, and we haven't even seen the main event of that show yet.
And the crazy thing is, this whole slide got ACC teams on it. Louisville handled business against James Madison. Arkansas take notes. Florida State put the beating on Miami. Good gracious. I thought it was a rivalry game there, man. I thought it was a rivalry game.
Florida State and Miami?
I thought that was a rivalry.
It is. It's just Florida State beat their ass.
They beat up. All my Hurricane fans all right, because y'all took an ass whooping in Hard Rock Stadium, by the way, which is in Miami. So we know who the home team was.
I'm sure The Rock was. I mean, could you imagine The Rock cutting a promo on the U?
You said The Rock. What about Ray Lewis? Ed Reed, Michael Irvin,
Warren Sapp,
y'all got y'all.
Greg Olson,
Y'all, they beat y'all ass.
and Jameis Winston must be laughing his ass off.
Matter of fact, Florida State scored first.
Jalen Ramsey and Jalen. Well, you know what's funny? Michael Irvin and Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey has a little bit of a laugh right now.
Go figure. So you're telling me Florida State scores a touchdown first, Miami kicks a field goal, and yeah, it was 38. Unanswered from there. Good gracious. And then the final ACC game on this damn slide, I believe it's the last one on the slide. Wake Forest, NC State, 21 versus 22, coming off how many times they had last week? Or the week before?
Yeah.
How many they had?
Was it 9?
That was something like that. And Sam Hartman had all of them. By the way, add 3 more interceptions to that total, Bear, man. So in 2 games, Sam Hartman has turned the ball over 11 times. Did I not say that? Matter of fact, did I not call that, by the way?
3 interceptions in this one, and then when they lost 48-21, yeah.
Did I not call this one?
Yeah, you did.
Did I not say, so you're going to turn the ball like 8 times at Louisville? What do you think is going to happen when you play a better defense? Go figure. 3 more interceptions. You turned the ball over 11 times in 2 games, and you're the quarterback for Wake Forest. You're the quarterback, and you have 11 turnovers in 2 games. My NFL quarterback, Matthew Stafford, who was in concussion protocol, by the way, he can't even do that in 2 games. And everybody killing him, correct?
Mm-hmm.
30-21, NC State. Wake Forest, have fun in whatever bowl game you're going to get. But it ain't going to be one of the good ones. You're done. Oh, Lord. And there you go. Bearman's pick. Good job, Kansas State. Very good job. You let Bearman down. He was banking on Texas being Texas. Especially on the road. That didn't happen.
I got the Georgia one right.
Well, hey, like we said, Brian Kelly was just like, hey, I'm going for the win, damn it. I ain't giving Nick Saban another damn opportunity. So, and I wouldn't be surprised. California actually played better than I thought against USC. They actually saved your ass because I was gonna come in and kill you about that damn thing. I'm like, who doesn't pick USC over California? But California played better than I thought.
Yeah, these rivalry games, that happens.
And up here with Ohio State and Northwestern, that win up there was ridiculous. That win up there was ridiculous in that game. That's why Ohio State struggled. If you threw the ball, that ball was flying out of bounds to the left or the right. That's how strong that wind was going. Kickers were kicking in pregame. That ball was stopped in its tracks. What does that tell you how powerful that win was in that game?
Tells you anything can happen.
But you got away with that one. And then, yeah, I won all my afternoon games, then lost all primetime games. Go figure. Oh, Kansas State, Texas, primetime.
3-3.
Primetime. Clemson and Notre Dame, primetime. So I won all the afternoon games. When we got to that 7 o'clock window, it went downhill. So now I have a lead of 2 games. And he's steadily chopping at the damn tree. Don't worry. Don't worry. Because guess what? I got breaking news for everybody. We only have 3 weeks left before conference championship week. And guess what's going to happen in conference championship week there, man?
What's that?
You have to pick all 10 conference championship games.
I'll be ready.
All 10. We talking both Group of 5 and Power 5.
We're basically saying this is it. No, I mean the games have been over for a little bit now, but
so you literally have 3 weeks to really catch me before conference championship, because I already know conference championship. I'm lighting it up in conference championship week. I'm telling you this now. So
well,
all right,
never say never.
That's it for the girl. All right, we're gonna take a break here, and then when we come back, we gotta talk some playoff rankings. The Playmakers Bar is proudly to announce that it landed a partnership deal with Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus. Stream live sports from any device that you have, whether it is your computer, laptop, or even your cellular device. Catch breaking news live when it happens, and enjoy a mountain of entertainment from movies to shows to whatever you love doing. Paramount Plus. Plan starts at $4.99 a month, but right now you can get a free trial. Just hit that link below with the Playmakers blog and start your free trial right now. Paramount Plus, mountains of entertainment. All right, welcome back to Brand Down the Gridiron with the Playmaker and the Bear Man. All right, let's put a smile on Bear Man's face, because this is something that he thought he would never see. Look at this, the second ranking for the CFP. Who's number 1? The reigning defending national champions, the Georgia Bulldogs. Number 2, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Number 3, also from the Big Ten, the Michigan Wolverines. And Bear Man, who's number 4 on that list?
That would be TCU.
Hey,
one of the two teams in my backyard.
One of the 3. All these teams that you see right here, all of them undefeated. 8-0. Oh. Number 5 is the Tennessee Volunteers, coming off that loss to Georgia, as we spoke about earlier. Number 6. Who's number 6? Ooh, is that the Oregon Ducks that I see at number 6?
Yep.
Yes, Oregon at number 6. So before I continue on with the rankings, and I can show y'all the rankings on that as well, because I got them right here, down here on the ticker. Thoughts on the first 6 there, Bear Man? What you got to say? One of them is the Horned Frogs are in the top 4. People are finally saying they finally respect TCU, but I'm gonna let you go first.
Well, we got to see TCU get past UT. The TCU's got to win the Big 12. That's the ultimate. That's what they're after right now, and then stay in the top 4.
Can they do it?
We'll see. They got to go down. They got to go down to the capital of Texas and beat UT, where their former longtime coach is now a part of.
Still, but do you believe they can do it? Do you believe that they can?
I believe TCU can do it.
He believes TCU can make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the interesting thing.
Let's take a look at the remaining schedule.
That is exactly what I'm doing.
You got Texas, then you got Baylor, you got Iowa State.
2 road games, which in hostile environments, as we all know, especially you living in Big 12 country. And then you have a sneaky team at the end of the year at home. A very sneaky team at the end of the year.
I mean, if TCU loses right now, 1 loss and that's it. That's it. A loss could derail the season.
So you saying they'll get past the last 3 games and make their way to Arlington, Texas to play in your stadium?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I have heard people say the committee doesn't respect TCU. This is disrespecting TCU. They're undefeated. Why does this team got to be ahead of them and that team got to be ahead? Speaking of Alabama being ahead of them, why TCU got to be 7? Why they can't be in the top 4 or higher? It is disrespectful. What is the major?
Ohio State's lucky to be still be number 2 after that shitty game with Northwestern.
Here's my thing. What conference is TCU in?
The Big 12.
When was the last time a team from the Big 12 won a national championship?
2005.
2005. Who won that national championship?
Vince Young and the University of Texas. I remember that. I remember Vince Young scoring that play on that 4th and 5.
You said 2005, right?
Well, technically it was in 2006, but it was the 2005 season. It was in the Rose Bowl.
What year are we in?
2022. So
if my math is correct, that'll be 17 years.
Yep.
Okay.
And how old were? Let's speak of our age. How old were we when this happened? When it last happened?
I just turned 31.
I was in 7th grade.
Yesterday. I was 14.
I was about to turn 13. I think it was like January 6, 2006. So it was right before I turned 13. I was in 7th grade.
I was 14.
In middle school. Well, were you in middle school or high school?
I believe I was in middle school.
So you were in 8th grade?
No. Matter of fact, I was in 7th grade.
Oh.
Because I didn't start high school till like 28. Yeah, 20. I didn't get to high school till 2008. So you're telling me?
Did you graduate the same time as I did? Did you graduate 2011?
Yep, I did.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I did 8th grade twice.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So you're telling me that you want the committee to respect the team that is undefeated? By the way, what is the one? If there's a problem that you have with TCU, what is it?
Well, they've been in a couple of trap games, and if I may, I've got them right here.
No, what I'm saying, if there's one problem that you have to speak on when it comes to TCU, what is that problem?
Well, there's 2 games where they got behind. They came back. They came from behind and won. That's good.
My point exactly.
Yeah.
You know how the committee looks at this? They look at your resume. They look at what you've done. They look at strength of schedule. They look at everything. They look at the other team and say, how would you feel against this team? Bear man, I want you to be honest with me.
Like I said, the games at Oklahoma State and Kansas State, but let's look at the game with West Virginia, where they won 41-31. I mean, the fact that halftime it was 20-21 in that one, I mean, West Virginia gave them a hard time, and so did Texas Tech. So the last 4 games, there's some concern. I mean, I get it. Against Kansas State and Oklahoma State, they came back and won, but still.
What do I keep saying about TCU? And I just said it today.
They're playing with fire.
If they fall down to 17-0 in Michigan, what you think is going to happen to TCU?
Say that again?
If they fall down 17-0 in Michigan, what you think is going to happen?
Then it's over.
17-0 to Tennessee, what you think is going to happen?
And it's over.
17-0 to Oregon, what's going to happen?
Oh, who knows?
If they fall 17-0 to Alabama, what's going to happen?
Oh, there's no way.
If they fall down 17-0 to the reigning defending national champion, what's going to happen?
It's not even gonna. It's not even gonna come close. Georgia's not even gonna let it. Georgia wouldn't even let that happen.
Are y'all starting to see what I'm? Are y'all seeing my point now? If TCU keep playing with fire the reason why they playing with fire, they will get burnt. and it's not going to be pretty.
Is that why it's justifiably solidified to actually say that it's realistic that UT is favored over TCU? Because UT is favored.
Oh, I can't wait to get to that game. I answer that question when we get to that game. But
it's very possible. As far as I'm concerned, the Texas Longhorns could very well whip TCU. They can. Will it happen? I mean, maybe, maybe not. I know that college game day is going to be down in Austin. It's obviously exciting. I mean, I really want to do everything I can to be able to watch the game, and we'll see how things go because we do have our rivals on Saturday. But
here's the thing: the committee looks at everything. This ain't the NFL. You win, good. This ain't that. Winning is good, but they look at everything, and they know. The committee know. Eventually, all these damn comebacks are gonna get halted. And what's the worst thing the committee want to see? You see 1-4, and you just heard what Bearman say. If TCU fall down 17-0 to Georgia, you can just forget about it. You can just forget about it. And I know one thing about the committee: they do not want to see no blowouts.
Same thing goes for Texas. Even if Texas somehow miraculously ends up in the top 4, which I really doubt will happen, even if they beat TCU, it doesn't matter. Nor TCU nor Texas can do well against the likes of Georgia, Ohio State, or Michigan.
So y'all want y'all respect? Y'all gonna get y'all respect this week. Oh, y'all gonna get it this week. But just know the committee is watching. The committee don't care about what people are saying. They're looking at how y'all play. Y'all keep playing from behind if you want to. Y'all gonna get destroyed. And don't let it be in the playoffs because there's another notch against the Big 12. And Bearman will tell you as he's gulping down a bottle of Coke.
Coke Zero.
The Big 12 has not looked good in the college football playoffs, have they?
Nope. Although I think the only team so far that's even made it in the top 4, I think, is OU. Has there ever been another Big 12 team that did make it to the top 4 aside from OU?
No, I think it was just OU.
I think Baylor might have been close once, but I'm not sure.
And you know
I know
why?
that Baylor and Oklahoma State were certainly in the picture at one point, but
and here's the other thing that y'all have failed to realize: why the SEC is the king of the football world.
King's not enough, Darnell. I think we have to say God.
He's going God, okay.
I mean, come on. It's the SEC. Whether you like the SEC or not, there's just simply no denying it.
So we talked about OU. They have not performed well in the playoffs, correct?
Yeah. I think OU is like 0-2, I think. At least 0-2.
We see Notre Dame in the college football playoffs. They haven't done well. Let's go to the Pac-12. We have Oregon in there. I think Oregon made it once. They didn't do well. We have Washington in there 1 year. They damn so didn't do well.
Yeah, they got beat bad by Alabama.
That's the Pac-12.
They start off challenging Alabama, but Alabama just finally had enough.
We can go to the ACC. Outside of Clemson, Florida State made it 1 year, and they got rolled by Oregon. Jameis Winston. And we can go to the Big Ten. Outside of Ohio State, Michigan State made it 1 year. They got rolled by Alabama. Michigan made it last year, and who rolled them? Oh, that team is number 1.
That was Georgia, wasn't it?
Yeah, Georgia. Beat the brakes off them. So y'all can be mad if you want to because Tennessee dropped from 1 to 5. But guess what? The committee knows we gave the other conferences an opportunity and they just can't hang with the SEC unless you're Ohio State or Clemson. Clemson's done, which means the ACC is done. So guess what? Number 4 is right the hell open until the final week of the season when we go to the horseshoe and number 2 and number 3 get together.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying. I'm going to let that marinate for a minute. So we're going to take another quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to get into our campus tour.
Paint Train Pipe Bomb Productions and the Playmakers blog are now both partnered with Fanatics. Fanatics is now your new home for all fan merchandise. From the MLB, the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, MLS, NASCAR, WWE, international soccer leagues, and golf. Check out the links below for everyday deals on Fanatics.com.
All right, welcome back to Bearing Down the Gridiron with the Playmaker and the Birdman, and it's time to go on a road trip, Bearman.
Woohoo!
And our road trips begins us in this Cincinnati, Ohio, as the Cincinnati Bearcats play host to East Carolina.
Vince McMahon's alma mater.
East Carolina comes in at 6-3. Cincinnati comes in at 7-2. This game is Friday, November 11th, 8 o'clock ESPN 2. We have an American Showdown. And into the American Showdown, let me get to my standings real quick here for the American Conference. Bearman, you might have to pull it up because I'm having a little trouble here. Let's see if I can get it up.
Yeah, I need a new computer so bad.
All right, here we go. As of right now, Cincinnati is currently third in the conference after they lost to UCF 2 weeks ago. East Carolina is currently fifth on that list at 3-2, tied with SMU and Utah.
3-game winning streak for East Carolina.
So, Bearman, you got the Pirates and the Bearcats. How you see this?
Cincinnati versus East Carolina. Almost like John Moxley versus Mr. McMahon in the no-holds-barred match. Let's see. Where is this game? Okay, this game's in Cincinnati. I'm going Cincinnati.
Yeah, he's feeling the Bearcats. He's feeling the Bears. Of course he's going to pick that. He got bear in it. ESPN 67% Bearcats. Vegas says 5 Bearcats. Let's move to Saturday. Well, Arkansas.
Do we really have to? I mean, what is there to say? LSU. LSU's coming off that win over Alabama.
So you're telling me that Arkansas made the campus tour. So we going to Fayetteville anyway. We're going back to Fayetteville. We went to Fayetteville last week. We're going back to Fayetteville.
Yeah, I think one of us forgot something there.
Yeah. 72.5% for them Tigers. Vegas says 3 points. Tigers. Only 3? What does Vegas know that we don't know?
No, we got to see if LSU doesn't get too arrogant from their win over Alabama.
As of right now, LSU holds the top spot in the SEC West. Ole Miss right there at 4-1. Alabama at 4-2. We'll talk about them two a little bit later. All right. Well, you already said Tigers. So the Tigers eating pork Saturday. Is that what you're saying?
Yep. Rather, they're going to devour it.
All right. That's at noon. 3:30. Yeah, that's the only new game that we have that we're going to talk about. All the rest of the games from 3:30 on down.
Oh, wait, Clemson's number 10? I thought Alabama was number 10.
No, Alabama's number 9. So the rest of the little rankings, I forgot to tell y'all. 7 is LSU, 8 is USC, Bama is 9, Clemson 10, Ole Miss 11, Bearman, UCLA Bruins at 12, 13 is Utah, Penn State 14, North Carolina 15, North Carolina State 16, Tulane 17, Texas 18, Kansas State 19, Notre Dame 20, Illinois 21, UCF 22, Florida State 23, Kentucky 24, and Washington 25. Louisville is going to Death Valley to take on 10th ranked Clemson. How does Clemson respond after getting mollywopped in South Bend?
Clemson's going to have to get it together. They're going to have to win this match.
ESPN says 76.2% Tigers. Vegas says a full touchdown Tigers. As I look at the standings in the ACC, Clemson, pretty much Clemson already clinched a spot. Good gracious. Clemson is undefeated in conference play. They are 6-0. You know who's right behind them?
Who?
Syracuse and NC State, both at 3-2. By the way, they ain't one of them two losses. Both came to the Tigers. So it looks like a formality from here.
A formality.
Good luck, Tigers. Have fun. Ooh, did anybody see this coming? Let's go to College Station, Pennsylvania, there, man. Let's go to Happy Valley. You like being happy, don't you?
I suppose.
Maryland comes rolling in to take on 14th-ranked Penn State. This is your kickoff. This is your afternoon kickoff game on Fox. 78.1% in favor of the Nittany Lions. Ooh. Bearman. Vegas give Penn State a cold hard 10. And Maryland 6-3 on the season. The disrespect of Maryland is real out here. Who has Maryland played? Because for them to give Penn State a cold 10, I need to know why.
Well, there was that match where they, they did against Michigan. There was that particular match.
When they got their ass whooped and Michigan ran for over 400 yards.
Yeah, 34 to 27 game. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, Maryland lost to Wisconsin last week.
Oh, Lord, you can't lose to Wisconsin.
Yeah, see, it's interesting. Maryland's got Penn State this week, and then they got Ohio State.
Maryland got the death row.
Oh, yeah, big time.
They got the death row. That's all I needed to know. Good gracious. This was going to be game of the week, but I had to do the right thing. But it was there. Because we're talking the top two teams in the American Conference doing battle. Where is Tulane located at?
Look at that logo.
The Green Wave.
An angry one.
I need to know, where is Tulane located at? Where are we? I don't even know what Tulane is at.
Oh,
we are in Louisiana.
They're first.
New Orleans.
Yeah, they're first. First in
We
the
are
AAC.
in Louisiana. And the first in the American Conference, 17 ranked, the Green Waves of Tulane taking on the second team in the American Conference, 22 ranked UCF Knights. All right, before Bearman gives his thoughts on this, is not an easy one to pick. Vegas 1.5 green. ESPN 51.9% Knights. Bearman.
Tulane.
He's rolling with the home team. I mean, this game had a case for game of the week, Bearman. I'm letting you know that.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, damn, 1 and 2 going at each other. Woo! Somebody not gonna be happy because I'm gonna tell you the standings right now here in the American Conference. Tulane 5-0 in conference play, 8-1 overall. UCF 4-1 in conference play, 7-2 overall. Who's right behind them? Cincinnati, who is 4-2, and who's 4-1 in conference play and 7-2 in the overall play. So if Cincinnati can handle business against Eastern Carolina Friday, you know what game they're gonna be watching at 3:30? Because that game right here will prove big for them. Because they don't hold no tiebreakers over UCF. Why? Because UCF beat them 2 weeks ago. This game is of all importance. Can the Knights do something that no team in the American Conference has done? It has beat Tulane. Then we go from New Orleans, Louisiana to Oxford, Mississippi. It's number 9. It's number 11. It's the SEC on CBS game. 3:30. Alabama continue their road trip. Now they got to take on Lane Kiffin and the Ole Miss Rebels. And if there's one coach Lane Kiffin wants to beat desperately, is that man named Nick Saban. Brian Kelly already done did it. Jimbo Fisher done did it last year. Lane Kiffin, you haven't done it yet.
He needs to do it now.
You say he needs to do it?
He has to.
Why does he need to do it?
To put Alabama away once and for all this season.
Are y'all that afraid of Alabama?
Can't stand them. Nobody can.
Y'all want to get rid of Alabama so much. This is crazy.
Well, everybody's sick and tired of them being in the title pick in the national title picture.
Well, can you blame them? Outside of Clemson and Georgia, who is beating Alabama? And LSU. Because when LSU won the championship, they had to go through Alabama, and they did pretty drastically, too. You know, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Joe Burrow, that team, yeah. Well, Bearman, you're going to hate this, okay? There's a 12-point spread, and I guess you can guess what team got the 12.
Who?
Bama.
Bama by 12,
75.3% according to ESPN. I'm pretty sure you can guess who got the 75.3% chance of winning this game.
I mean, my pick's Alabama, but I just want Ole Miss to prove me wrong.
Ooh, Lane Kiffin, can you do something he's been trying to do for years, and you just haven't done it yet? And that's beat Nick Saban. Because I tell you, sir. And the Big 12 begins. Prime time, the Big 12 got the spotlight. 19th ranked Kansas State at Baylor. Waco, Texas will be rocking in prime time. I believe that game is on ESPN.
Baylor is actually second in the Big 12.
That is scary, to say the least. That's a scary thought. Baylor is second in the Big 12. How? When did Baylor become second in the Big 12?
Well, here's their schedule. I mean, Baylor beat Oklahoma last week on the road.
No, actually, Baylor, Texas, and Kansas State all 4-2. Well, Texas just got done beating Kansas State, so that puts them over them. And then Texas beat Baylor.
Baylor actually beat Kansas at home. You know, of course, Kansas went on to beat Oklahoma State last week. And Baylor's actually got TCU on the 19th in 10 days. And then November 25th, they got Texas on the road in Austin.
So within the next 3 weeks from this week and on down, is TCU versus who, pretty much? Or if TCU started going on the losing streak, is anybody versus who?
Well, if somehow Texas loses and then they manage to win the next 2 games, I don't know who. There could be the rematch, but if Kansas State wins out, we'll see. There's a toss-up right now.
You know your whole conference is on. It got the spotlight on them right now, right?
Yeah, well, they could use the spotlight.
We live Waco. Let's head to the Pac-12. Let's go to Eugene, Oregon.
Oregon.
7 p.m. Fox.
Your Ducks.
Your Fox coverage. Number 6, Oregon Ducks hosting 25th ranked Washington. Can the Ducks continue to ride high with Bo Nix at quarterback? You know, Bo Nix is leading the nation in touchdowns responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
After he got destroyed by Georgia week 1.
Yeah, some would say he's a favorite for the Heisman.
Oregon 6-0 in conference play. Behind them is the USC at 6-1, UCLA 5-1, Utah 5-1, Washington 4-2 down there for 5th. So Washington ain't no pushover, Oregon. Don't sleep on the Huskies now. Don't sleep on the Huskies. They can play some football. You see what they did in Michigan State?
Yeah.
Don't forget. You at home though. Home field advantage. And as we move on from Eugene, Oregon, ACC in prime time. ACC network, by the way, 15 ranked. UNC taking on a struggling, and I do mean struggling, Wake Forest team. Just.
Oh, give me North. Let's cut it to the chase. Give me North Carolina, baby.
North Carolina, ways up. And I'm not going to finish that. So, here we go. The moment y'all been waiting for. Austin, Texas. Big noon kickoff will be in Austin, Texas. College game day will be in Austin, Texas. And it's the game of the week. Number 18 Longhorns coming out that big road winning Manhattan, Kansas. They are home taking on a team who's finally ranked in the top 4. That everybody ranked in the top 4. But you know it comes being ranked in the top 4. Pressure, spotlight, all eyes on you. Sonny Dyson and TCU Horned Frogs. Oh, and by the way, Chris Fowler and Kirk Hershey will be on a call for this game on ABC. 7:30 Saturday night. Bearman, this is your game.
Mm-hmm.
The team that you used to follow and love, but they treat you like the Cowboys do.
Yep.
And the team that you do love. The battle for Texas is in prime time. I don't even know where to begin with this game.
Mm-hmm. Texas, okay, at least 2 losses that Texas suffered should have been wins. 3, actually. They should have beaten Alabama, should have beaten Texas Tech, and should have beaten Oklahoma State. So Texas could probably be undefeated if those blunders hadn't happened.
Yeah, we could be having a different conversation.
Could you imagine if both teams were 9-0 right now?
Yeah, we could have a different conversation. Who's number 4 in the damn poll? And it wouldn't have been the Horned Frog. I can guarantee you that. Well, there wasn't many Texas would have had.
We spoke about TCU playing with fire. We had the discussion about the last 4 wins, the come from behind and the trap games. Now Texas's defense is untrustworthy. The Longhorn running game, Bijan Robinson, is definitely a guy that can certainly shred. You know, this guy keeps it up. This guy could be a first-round pick whenever he gets drafted. It could be after this season, or unless he returns for his senior year. I'm going to go with the reverse psychology. I'm going to pick Texas.
Ooh, he's taking one for the team.
So TCU, you better know your role, TCU. And same thing with you, Texas.
And if he gets this pick right, he's going to be one man next week on Bear Down the Gridiron.
Well, that won't be too bad, man. I mean, both teams have a significant impact on my life, so.
A full touchdown favorite of the team that's orange.
Wait, what? Did you say a 4 touchdown favorite? Are you saying TCU?
No, I said a full touchdown favorite.
Oh, a full.
A full.
Okay, so it's a 7-point.
7 points to the team in orange.
Wow.
This is even more staggering. You ready for this? Somebody gets a 73% chance of winning this game. That would be the team in orange from ESPN.
So who's your pick?
Ooh, this is man. Good thing we ain't done our bear down pick system for this week yet. I get to sit back and relax and think about this game. This is very big. This is a very big game. TCU can solidify their spot in the Big 12 championship with the whirlwind in Austin, Texas. Or Texas can do what everybody wants done and create more damn chaos for the college playoff committee.
So I went with reverse psychology. I have to pick Texas.
Where do I go from here? When I do my graphic, y'all will see. This is a huge one. This is a must-pick game, so I can't avoid it. So I have to pick it. But man, it's gonna be hard to pick these games this week, man. These ain't some easy games to pick. But we have one more game left, and we're gonna head to the Q-Dome in New York City. Syracuse has lost every game they played since they went to Cincinnati. Florida State is ranking the CL people like for the first time since I can remember at 22. After beating the brakes off the Hurricanes. Can Syracuse find a way to get themselves back together, or will Florida State continue just to say, hey, y'all stay back down at the bottom, but y'all supposed to be there?
Well, Syracuse at one point had a decent run this season.
But ever since they were in the Clemson, they went down here from there.
Yep.
And then Notre Dame happened. I forgot who they played the following week. Oh, NC State. This has been down here. Can they right the ship, man? Can they right the ship, or is Florida State starting to turn back into Florida State?
I would say Florida State just might be on the verge of becoming Florida State again.
Which I would hate, because we do play them in 2 weeks' time. Is it 2 weeks' time? What, that 9th? Yeah, 2 weeks' time. So that was our campus tour. Any final words for the people there, man?
An exciting week. You better enjoy it.
Exciting week. You better enjoy it.
My beard is better than yours.
And your conference got the spotlight on them this week, so
well, they need it.
This is a mega breaking week for the Big 12. As for me, hey, I'm off this weekend, so I get to watch football. I get to watch some football. Oh, and trust me, I will have my eyes on that TCU and Texas game.
Are you going to be texting me during that game, by the way?
I got a feeling you might be texting me.
Well, now that I know that you're not going to be working, I guess, who knows?
I got a feeling you might be texting me, because I got a feeling something's going to happen in this game, and it's going to be like, I'm not going to sit there and be like, I knew it. I just knew it. But for that man that's in the spotlight state of Texas, that's the Bearman Al-Kazzaz. And I am the Playmaker out here in Florida trying to keep safe from this tropical storm. We'll catch y'all next week to recap everything football from the NFL and college with arch rivals and Gridiron and Gridiron. By the way, you did brought up arch rivals for this Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see how everything goes within the next 2 days, and I'll keep you posted.
All right.
And I'll keep everybody posted within the next 2 days what's going on. But from that point forward, we'll catch y'all later. We are out of here.
You've just experienced Bearing Down the Gridiron, featuring your hosts, Alex the Bearman Al-Kazzaz and Darnell the Playmaker Sallins. Executive production is done by Ricky, the master of Mayhem Litwinkowich. Click that like button and subscribe so you'll be notified when a new Bearing Down the Gridiron episode is live on the air. Check out our sponsor links down below for everyday deals on Fanatics, NFLshop.com, and Points.com. Need merch? Check out www.paintrainpipebomb.threadless.com for quality merchandise at amazing prices. Tune in again next time for Bearing Down the Gridiron.